Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today, and I'll wait for my Ali Pallies to come on. I've done my foundation and base today because I just thought I don't want to be messing about. I want to chat to you guys, and I've got an idea because of my green top. I've got an idea for what I'm going to use today, but I'll wait for you all to come on. And I wanted to sharpen my pencil while I wait for you all. Hello Rachel. Hello, welcome to my live. Hello, Helena. They're all coming on, all the Ali Pallies. Hello, Shahina. I'm having my cup of tea. So I've put on today, I'll just let you know what I've put on already. So I put my sunscreen on, obviously, and Magic Cream Light, which I am loving, by the way. And you're going to make a coffee. Good for you. Let's all have a cup of tea or coffee together. And I mixed Airbrush Flawless Foundation with Light Wonder. And then I used Airbrush Powder and the Airbrush Bronzer as a kind of top up. And on my under eyes today, look how much better the concealer looks. I used the Retoucher by Charlotte Tilbury. Hi, Ali. Hi, everyone. Hello, Sunshine. Are you at work today? Is this your lunch break? I was nice and on time today, so hopefully if it's your lunch break, then I got here on time for you. Now, I wanted to show you, I've done a video where I've shown you a load of new things. Hello, Leslie. Hello. And I'm so excited for you. You've ordered the foundation and the powder. Now, I've got the cellular powder, but I'd be interested to know what you think of the caviar one. Your boss has gone out. Good for you. Just, what do you do, Sunshine? Can you just say that you're doing some research or something? Yeah, I'm really excited for you. I did, by the way, I meant to tell you, Leslie, I did get an email back from La Prairie saying, unfortunately, we don't send samples, but I suggest that your viewer goes into a shop to be matched when all of this is over. Well, what kind of answer is that, please? I think the fact is that we're in lockdown, you know, it wouldn't harm them to send a sample. I think they're afraid that everyone just gets samples and they'll never buy it, but I think that's a bit arrogant, to be honest. Because when you order from La Prairie, you do get some generous samples. Anyway, so today I've got my new top on. I got this one from that shop that I told you about at Roman Originals. They do some lovely things. And I wanted to show you this pencil. You ordered NC20. Well, that sounds about right. Yeah, neutral, cool, 20. Sounds about right. Thank you, Sunshine. Hello, Gaynor. You're still awake. Well done, you. Yeah, this top comes in a nice royal blue as well, and it was in the sale. It was about £14. So check Roman Originals out. If you do order from them, use my introductory code that I posted on my community, because you'll get 25% off, and then I will get 25% off on my next order. Right, I wanted to show you this pencil. I saw somebody doing a Natasha Denona look using her mini gold palette on Instagram. But I wasn't, although it's beautiful, and I talked my sister into getting the palette, I was more interested in the technique she was using, which was for hooded lids. And she used this pencil to outline a shadow, and I was fascinated because it's a kind of shape that I do, but I do it with powder. So I'm going to show you the kind of, she probably does it better than me, but I want to show you what she did. And I'm going to start off this look because I've done my brows, I've done my foundation, I've done my bronzer. I'm going to start off this look by showing you this. So she got her model. I'm going to do it with this eye because this one is a lot more hooded. But she started off, and this, by the way, is by Makeup Forever. And it's called a multi-purpose pencil. Now, we all know that pigment is pigment. But when it comes to pencils, I think that it is actually quite useful to know about these pencils because although in theory you can use any pencil for anything, this one is kind of, you know, eye pencils can be a little bit too hard to use on the lips and lip pencils can be a little bit too soft to use on the eyes. And this is kind of just in between both. You didn't get a notification I was live. I don't know what's happened to YouTube. Well, I'm so glad that you knew I was here. I'm always being told that. Come on, YouTube, get your finger out. Right, so this, and so I contacted the makeup artist that was doing this look and I said, can you tell me the shade, please? Because I want to get it. And she sent me the details of the shade and I ordered this pencil. And what she did is, so you know how I do that sort of triangle? So you've got to relax your eyes. Right, and then you draw the line. You just start to draw the line as though from the bottom of your lid, as though you're drawing it up towards your brow. And then straight across. And that is going to suggest your socket a bit higher up. It's just going to cheat it when you've got hooded lids. And then when I raise my brows, you'll see I've got a triangle. I'm just going to fill that in like that. So she did that first. And then she just used a kind of smudge brush and smudged it out. And then she applied her eyeshadow over the top and it kind of just created a shadow in a higher place when you've got hooded lids. And this is the perfect pencil for doing it. So it's Makeup Forever. There's only one place in the UK that you can get Makeup Forever now. And I'll post the details below. If I forget, just remind me. But look at that. Do you see how it just makes my hooded lids look a lot less bad? So I'm going to do it this side. So you really have to, because the minute you go near your eyes, you want to do that. And I have to talk myself. This one is so hooded. It's almost now hanging over my eye, which makes it quite difficult. But I'm not going to start it. Can you see where that fold is? There. That fold is actually under my eye. And if I start the line there, I'm actually going to end up with these sad eyes. So I'm actually going to draw it from about here. Right? And I'm going to keep my eye relaxed. Obviously, there's a lot of lax skin there. So I'm kind of... But this is why this pencil's so good, because it's soft. And this one is not going to look quite as impressive because it's more hooded. And I really want to raise my eyebrows right now. But that is the trick, is not to do that. I kind of haven't been using it consistently, if I'm honest with you. I need to go back to using it because when I do, it actually works really well. So I'm drawing that up as though, and obviously that looks a lot higher because it's more hooded. And then I'm going to draw a straight line across like the other side. Now, when I raise, look at that. Can you see now how hooded my... Now I can sort of fill it in. so that it looks like a triangle, but I've got my template. But don't raise your brows until you've got your shape. Okay, and then I was watching this woman, because as I say, I do it with powder shadows, but she did this at the beginning, and then she put on her powder shadow, and she'd already then created the kind of template. Such a great, and this is such a great pencil for doing it. They're £15, but it's just the perfect consistency. It's soft enough to blend, but not so soft that it's like a lip liner. Makeup Forever, and this is the shade Endless Cacao, which is great. It looks like a shadow. Oh, great, you're going to do your makeup with me. Great. Right, who's the makeup artist you watch? Her name was Alina something. I don't know her surname. But I tell you what, I'll find her details, and again, I'll put all the details when I come off, and when later it stops processing my video, I will put the details below, or I'll send you a link on Instagram, Shahina. Her name was Alina something, and it was really good technique. I just bought a load of Charlotte Tilbury lip makeup, a £200 shop. This has got to stop, as I'll be known as the Charlotte Tilbury homeless person. Oh, Rachel, we're all with you on that. I know, it's just... At least you'll be a beautiful homeless person. Gaynor, you're absolutely right. But I was making coffee. I had to feed Mimini. Mimini, is that a cat, dog? Hello, Tria. So now I've got my kind of outline. I'm just going to just do a little bit more there, because this one is so hooded. It's silly, and I really want to say, look, that's where my socket is really. There's no hood there really. And blend it out. And then I can start my eyeshadow, and it just really helps. Okay? Now, I thought, I've got a green top on. I haven't really got a bright green, and I thought I don't need to match it. But I suddenly reached for this palette. My sister bought me this for Christmas, and it's a MAC palette. Pretty Little Things. And it's got really nice kind of peacock green in it, and it's got a navy, and I thought, ooh, and I've got navy trousers on. I thought, ooh, that will go, and I fancy putting on a red lip, so it's all going to be a bit party-fied today. But before I do, I'm going to put on a base, and my base is going to be like the peacock green. Hello, Gemma. The cat. It's a cat. I just saw your supermodel look. I'm so tempted to buy. Well, she's got it as a set. And what's good about the set now is, whereas before in her original iconic looks, you had to stick to what was in the set, and there weren't any variations, whether you were dark skin or light skin. She's actually now, you can click on the set, and you can opt for the light or the dark version of the blush, and the light or the dark version of the lip cheat, which is great, because when I got Rock Chick a couple of years ago, I bought it as a set, and it meant I was stuck with Nude Kate. I had to get Nude Kate. And actually, I said, well, can't I get Glastonbury? Because that's recommended for darker skins. And they said, no, you have to get what's in the set. So I think it's good. She's catering a bit more now for darker skins. I'm going to use this Eyes to Mesmerise in Cleopatra, which a lot of people love when I put on, and she doesn't sell it anymore. But I have found a dupe in Asda. Asda do their own cream eyeshadows, and they do one called Peacock, and it's very, very similar. So if you're really annoyed that you can't get this from Charlotte Tilbury anymore, have a look in Asda. And it's their own cream eyeshadows. Just putting this on with my finger. I'm going to use this as a base on my mobile lid, and I'm not going to go over where I've put that brown. Just going to blend that out. It doesn't matter because this is a base anyway. So it doesn't matter if it looks a bit patchy. Now the frustrating thing about this is you always had to kind of build it up because it blended out to nothing. But actually this isn't, I think some of the Eyes to Mesmerize are a bit sheer. They actually improve with age because they thicken up a bit. In terms of pigment, I mean. Cleopatra coming at ya. Right, and I'll put a tiny bit of this underneath. I can never get the hang of putting these Eyes to Mesmerize on with the smudge brush. I either put too little or too much. Right. I don't really need to fuss about because, as I said, this is just a base. And then I'm going to go over where I put the brown. Yeah, a slightly smaller brush. Yeah, I need to get one, actually. Do you know what? I've got a whole set of brushes that are brand new that have been sitting in the box. I need to get them out and start using them. Do you want to see them? I bought these about a year before I moved, and they were on sale. They're now actually, this set is now about £350, and they were having a half price sale, and I was so worried I was going to get done for customs. But it's Luxie brushes. They're rose gold collection. Look. I need to start using them. They're so pretty as well because they're pink and rose gold. And so they've got every brush that you could need in here. I just keep forgetting to use them. Okay, and then you turn it over. I'll start using them, definitely. Just have them stored away. And look, they come in this beautiful case, which I've now covered in foundation and grubby hands. Don't worry, I'll clean it up later. They are. No need for any other brushes, except they have one in their collection, which I've got my eye on, which isn't in this set, and it's called the JD Wadey Nose Contour Set. And it's got a sculpting set, and it's got a nose sculpting set. And DPD have just pulled up, and I think I'm owed a parcel. I might have to quickly go and answer the door because I'm not sure that he's allowed to just leave it there. He's getting very used to me, the DPD man. Right, anyway, what I was going to do next, I will get those brushes out, but I'm just going to use my Charlotte ones for now. And I've just dropped all my eyeliners on the floor. It's going to be one of those days. If he knocks on the door, I'll just have to quickly say, yeah, I'm coming. The wonders of doing a live show. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this matte shade here. I'm just going to take it in the socket and you'll see that it kind of clings on to that pencil and just further intensifies where I've put that. So that's the kind of technique. It will keep it there. Whereas if you just put it on with powder, it's not going to last as long, but this will just set your outline going. You're loving the CT loose powder. Good. Did you get one of the newer ones that doesn't smell like potatoes? And actually, what's coming is not makeup. You'll be surprised to know, ladies. I've risked buying some house shoes. Except I can't normally get shoes, but I think they might fit. Mick got some and I thought, oh, they might work for my feet. And if not, I only buy cheap ones because there's no point if they don't fit. Anyway, right, and then I'm going to take this peacock shade and I'm just going to put that over the Charlotte one. Because I knew that would just intensify it. And again, I'm not taking it right up to the corner. I know I've got a bit of a gap there that I've got to deal with in a minute. I can deal with that in a minute. I just don't want to take any shimmer onto that bit because that is going to then accentuate it. This is such a lovely shade and it does go beautifully over that Cleopatra one. No, I know it was a little bit, I think when people saw it advertised, they got very excited, but the reality was it ended up a bit more dull. But if you put a powder shadow of a similar colour over it, just makes it pop. Then I'm going to take, with my blending brush, I'm going to take this darker brown, matte brown, and I'm going to pop that into the corner, and I'm going to need to blend those two shadows together and take that right into the socket. And the other side. And then when in doubt, use your fingers. I just want to sort of gradually push that over. So there's not too much shimmer, but it looks like it's blended together. Yeah, it smells earthy. It's she's taken the smell out of it recently, apparently. I'm going to take the smudge brush and I'm going to take some of that teal peacock underneath and underneath. But I'm going to do a Charlotte trick in a minute. Now, the only thing about this is highlighter, because it's sort of looking a bit too dark. The only highlighter that's in this is that colour. Mind you, that might be nice in the middle here. Let's give it a bit more of a pop in the middle. Oh, look, yes. I like that. Let's try it. This might be a mistake. I'm just going to go in very lightly. Yeah, some of you are making lunch, some of you are in beds, some of you are getting up. Like in the States, I think some of you are getting up, aren't you? Actually, that's all right. That works as a highlighter. I was a bit worried because it looked a bit too full on silver, but it's not bad. Let's pop that in there. Just want to take a clean blending brush and just make sure that's all blended in. So you see, you don't see the triangle once you've finished, but what's going to happen is that it's really, the eyeshadow on top is really going to stick to that area. It's a bit like contouring your eye. Like you contour your face before you start. It's a bit like contouring the eye. Just don't put a shimmer over it because then it will stick to the pencil and then you'll be doing the opposite of what you want to do with that. The only thing is I just feel like this isn't warm enough. I would have liked a bit of a warmer brown. What's this one like? I'll put a bit of that. Let's see if this warms it up a little bit. This shade here. I'll just put that up here. It's got a slight shimmer in it, so I'm not taking it in the corner. I think that'll do. Let me just blend out. I need my wipe. Don't want any harsh lines. And then I think I will put some, all my eyeliners are now, they all fell on the floor. But if I can reach one, I will. Excuse me a second. I managed to get the vast majority up with one hand. Right, I'll put on some of Charlotte's Eye Cheat. You just hit pan on the colour corrector. I don't use that every day, so you're like me. If I'm running out of something, I will get a backup. If something that I use a lot, I'll get a backup. I'm getting very nervous that a unisex healthy glow has been out of stock for quite some time, and I'm hoping she's not discontinuing it. I do hope she tells us if she's going to do that, because I intend to buy up a load of stock. Now, I have got somewhere here. I had it. Oh, 1 second. I'll just have to... Thank you! I'll be right back. You get that? Is my my little shoe things, my Crocs. Thanks. Thanks, Mick. Right, the door's going to open now. He was out there a long time. The DPD man. Right, now the door I've left open, but it doesn't matter. Right. I was looking for my mascara. And I had one out. Where are you? Where are you, mascara? I might have to just... Where is everything gone? So... Now I'm going to do a bright red lip with this. Because I feel like being bold. You could use a peachy lip. This is going to be quite like the old Rebel. Now, we're doing this trilogy. Rebecca and I. Spoiler alert, I'm going to do the original Rebel. And Rebecca's going to do the reimagined one. You can't get the CT eye cream anywhere. It's sold out. You tried John Lewis and Selfridges. Let me just get this door shut. Sorry, guys. I'll be right back. Yeah, I noticed that the other day, actually. I was looking at her skincare. I noticed her eye cream is sold out. Now, I'm going to do a kind of peachy blush. But I thought, do you know what? I'm always showing you Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. And I got all organised and got my matte lipsticks together the other day. And I'm going to use a MAC one. And I think I might use one of these. Fashion Legacy. I'm in the mood for a bright red lip. This is one of their retro matte liquid lip colours, and I remember I saw Nikki Chapman wearing this, and I thought, gotta get me some of that. You don't need lip liners with these. Now, the reason I'm talking about the Rebel is because when Charlotte first brought out, don't talk, Ali, and put your lipstick on at the same time. I'll tell you in a minute. Now, you might think it's a bit bold and daring to put a red lip on with green eyeshadow, but when Charlotte first brought out the Rebel look, she actually had the shade Love Bite in with her Rebel look, which was a green eye look and a red lipstick. And as time went on, she gradually changed it to Very Victoria, which there was always a suggested matte revolution, and Very Victoria was always there as a suggested alternative, but she actually put it in the set. But originally, every single iconic look had a kissing formula in it. And she changed that one particular one to a matte revolution and put Very Victoria in, because I think a lot of people just didn't feel confident to wear a red lipstick with green eyeshadow. But I actually think it looks quite nice for a change. But yes, that's Fashion Legacy. I love some of the matte reds. There are a few here that I've got. Let me show you. I've got this one actually. Let me layer this over the top. Or I'll just show it you on my hand. This was a limited edition, and when I realised it was about to sell out, I went and got a second one because I love this shade. It's a deeper red, but it's a really gorgeous red. But perhaps not as good with the green. It probably needs a brighter green with the brighter red with the green. It's called Chateau M. I love that red. Absolutely adore it. And I've got, I do like their retro matte formula. There's one, I've got a couple of metallics to go with my red metallic mobility scooter, because I was always on the quest for something to match my mobility scooter. So when I first went in my mobility scooter, people, you know, I was quite conscious of people staring at me, and I thought, well, if they're going to stare at me, I want them to stare. And instead of thinking, oh, I wonder what's wrong with her and why she has to use a mobility scooter, I wanted them to think, did she really choose her lipstick to match her scooter? And people used to come up and ask me if I had this one, which is called In Retrograde. And that matches my scooter perfectly. And then this one, which, oh, that's in retrograde. I've got two in retrogrades. How have I done that? I've probably gone and bought one and then two in retrograde. And of course, there's the infamous Ruby Woo. I've got a load of matte lipsticks in here. Where's Ruby Woo? Let's see if I can find you Ruby Woo. Ruby Woo is very similar to Charlotte's Red Carpet Red. Let's see if I can find it quickly. Ruby Woo. Come on, Ruby Woo, where are you? I've got too many lipsticks to look through. I'll give up in a minute, because otherwise it'll get boring. Ruby Woo, here we go. This one is Ruby Woo. This is a sort of true red. But the thing about Ruby Woo is the original Ruby Woo is a matte formula, and it's very pigmented, but you really have to press quite hard on the lips to get the pigment off. It's quite drying, but it is a beautiful one. Anyway, there's my lipstick reminiscences. Now, I just need a bit of something peachy, I think, on my cheeks. I'm just going to put some Peachgasm. Hello, Rebecca. I was just saying that I'm about to do the Rebel with you, and I'm going to do the original Rebel, and actually this has turned out to look quite similar. except it's more of a peacock green. So I gave them a bit of a spoiler alert. You're going to do the reimagined and I'm going to do the original. It's a shame you can't get the original Rebel palette anymore because it's a bright green. I can see her bringing out the reimagined one, but I don't understand why she stopped doing the bright green one. Thank you. And also, a lot of the time people want to see what it looks like on different skin tones, and I think we really showed that. I loved it on Rebecca. Someone called me. Don't worry, I just rejected the call. It's a no caller ID, so I'm not answering it. So that is my look today. Red lips and teal green eyes. A bit bold, but why not? Why not? So the palette that I used was by MAC, and it's probably can't get this anymore, but it's called Shiny Pretty Things. And they do list the shadows in there, but they're not ones that I recognise that you can get now. The only thing is I didn't do a kind of eyeliner at the top. I only did it in my waterline, didn't I? And that's what I was going to do. I've just reminded myself. Right. I knew there was something missing from this, and I couldn't fathom what it was. So this is a Tilbury trick. She does it with purple, but I'm going to do it with blue. She does it with purple to go with her green eyes. And of course, the blue eye pencil that I'm looking for is on the floor. Right. So to make brown eyes pop, and she does it with the green. Let me just sharpen my... Oh, what have I done with my sharpener? I had it here. Right. She puts a pop of a contrasting liner on the outer corner. And it kind of... It just makes... I'm going to do it on this one and just not do it on the other one. And you'll see what I mean. You don't see it necessarily. The eye doesn't see it as blue, but it just contrasts with the eye colour and it makes the eye pop. So I was going to do that first, and then I'll do a little bit further in, sort of blend it away to next to nothing. Right? And then I'm going to take my liner brush of Charlotte's, and I'm going to get this navy shadow. Well, it's actually, this one's a bit more cobalt, but that's okay. And I'm going to just set it. And this was a Tilbury trick that I learned. And if you've got green eyes like Charlotte, do it with purple. Now, do you see how it just makes the eyes it opens them up a bit more? I've just done it on the one eye. I'm going to take it a bit further along. Just opens them up a little bit more, makes them pop a bit more. Nearly forgot to do that. Because I said I was using the blue, didn't I? Everything is dropping on the floor today. I've probably just broken my palette. Hopefully not. I'm going to take it because it looked a bit too stark. She just does it in the outside corner, but I think she uses black the rest of the way along. So I can't be bothered to get the black out as well. Right, please don't have broken. Please don't have broken. Please, 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 please. No, it hasn't. Right. And then I'll just cover it with this blue, nearly cobalt eyeshadow. Just to make the eyes pop a bit more. And that's it, that's me done. Thank you. So, let me just have a look at the comments. You mentioned in your video that it is not how you see supermodel look to be. Why don't you make a video on your own supermodel look? Oh, I could do that. That's a really good idea. Thank you, Tria. Maybe Rebecca could do her take on what a supermodel should be as well. We could do that next week, Rebecca. I'm thinking more like a feline flick, like supermodel would have a feline flick and it would be quite dramatic. Whereas I think that look is quite subtle and it's gorgeous and pretty, but I can't imagine it actually, well, let me just go back to, because Rebecca was saying yesterday about I've done makeup training. So when I was 18, I was training to be an opera singer. And I went to Covent Garden and we had to kind of, what it was is like, we did this course, like all aspects of opera. And I can't remember exactly, but I seem to remember that we had to pick like options that we were going to do throughout the couple of weeks that we were there. And some of them were like choreography and, oh yes, you want a recording. I would try and dig one out. Definitely. We had to do options while we were there. So we were staging an opera, but we also had to do options, and some of them were like choreography and acrobatics and tap dancing and blah, blah, blah. And a lot of them I couldn't do because of my disability. But the minute they said makeup, I went, ooh, and it was quite popular. But because I couldn't do a lot of the other things, I managed to get on it. So a large part of that time I was doing stage makeup. And so going back to what I was saying about Charlotte's kind of supermodel look is, if you're on stage, I know exactly how to make somebody up. I used to make people up a lot for weddings. You know, I've not just made myself up in the past, I've made other people up. Because I used to sing at people's weddings and they'd say, can you do my makeup? So I used to end up doing both. And it's a different kind of makeup. And I mean, for weddings, you want it to look really kind of flawless and natural. But on stage, you absolutely, like we were taught how to contour long before there were any contour products available. Because you have to exaggerate everything. And that's what I mean about the supermodel look, is I would imagine it to be very exaggerated, very sculpted, because if you're on stage and you're walking down the catwalk, everything needs to be exaggerated. And that to me is too subtle for a supermodel. But I suppose it depends on what look they're going for. But yes, I will do my take. I'm jabbering away again. Right. Yes, Rachel wants a recording of me singing. because I'm very out of practice these days. Rebecca can't do... Right, I tell you what, Shahina, this is all down to me, right? Rebecca can't do a live at the moment because you've got to get up to 1,000 before you can do a live. Remember how I pushed to get to 1,000 because I couldn't do a live until I got to 1,000. We can do a live together and we figured it out, but I've got to be on my laptop and I do everything on my phone, and I need to get round to working out how to invite her on my laptop to join me on my live. So Rebecca is going to do it, but it's me you're waiting on, not Rebecca. It's me that's being lazy. Sorry, Rebecca. So nag me, not Rebecca. You use the glowing pretty skin palette. Yes, it is beautiful. So yeah, I did a lot of stage makeup, and I did a lot of we had to make ourselves up to look 80 years of age, and there's this sort of technique around sculpting it. And once you've learned all those techniques, it's just really handy because you know how to play with shadow and light, how to accentuate good features and how to highlight certain features, how to push back certain features. And once you know all of that, if anything, I then just had to learn how to tone it down, because when you're doing stage makeup, everything is triple obvious. But yeah, there were no contour products. We used to use what they called Kryolan. I think they're called Kryolan. The contour, they're probably called contour sticks now, but then they were all foundation sticks, and you just got a darker shade and a lighter shade and your right shade, and you used them to contour, because there were nothing that was actually called contour. You just used darker shades and lighter shades and that to kind of get the look that you needed. And I remember I was in an opera chorus and I had to make myself up as an aging pimp prostitute. That was so much fun. And every night we were on stage, every night for a week, had to put on false eyelashes. And I basically had to, the tackier the better, you know, so really painted on eyebrows and really big eyelashes, and but also looking a bit cheap and tacky. I loved doing that look. It reminds me of Dolly Parton when she says she has to put a lot of work into looking that cheap. But yeah, I did a few friends' weddings, sang at their wedding and did their makeup. One of my best friends called Hillary, I did that. I sang at a wedding and I also did her makeup. So I was used to putting on, because that's the thing, is it's one thing to put makeup on yourself, but it's another thing to make somebody else up. It's actually quite difficult until you get used to it. It's something you have to really get used to. It's not easy to do, but I did it a lot, so it kind of grew up doing it. And of course, before all that, I was an Avon rep at the age of 14. I always loved makeup. I got my first palette from my aunt when I was 9. And my sister said I wouldn't leave it alone. And I had a girl's world, and I was constantly making the girl's world up with different looks. Anyway, do it on my next live. What, make myself up to look 80? Or an aging prostitute? Yeah, the makeup for the girls' world wasn't very good because they were like crayons, weren't they? But I used to just get my own makeup and put it on her. I didn't use the crayons. You want me to make myself up like an aging prostitute? Yeah, and I love doing her hair as well. Sorry, somebody keeps ringing me, but it's not anyone I recognise, so I'll call them back later. Don't know why it is. I do my live once a week, and that's the time that never get calls any other time. And then everybody wants to sort of speak to me. Anyway, I will have to go now, but it's been great chatting to you all. They are quite creepy, aren't they? I used to cut her hair, I used to style her hair. I did everything. Makeup, the lot. Loved it. I was a real girly girl. What did Emma say? So I may have not said hello to everyone. LOL Emma. Where's Emma? I haven't seen Emma. I would have loved to see a purple, especially with that beautiful green top. Gaynor is in Australia. Right, I'm going to love you all and leave you. I will be posting a video shortly. Well, I'll be posting a few, but I've finished off my kind of isolation haul. So I'll be posting that soon. I just got to edit it. And then, of course, Rebecca and I will be finishing off our trilogy videos. And we need to work out which one we're doing next. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today as much as I have. Thank you all for joining me. Love you all and take care. Bye-bye. Mwah.